Boys, how are we? How are we? Back again with another video. And yeah, I've had to record this. Well, this is like my third or fourth time now recording this. And I'm losing my patience. I really am. I really, really am. Hopefully OBS doesn't fuck us over this time and then we can make, a somewhat successful video. So, I was thinking, my brain juices were flowing and shit. And I was like, I have OBS, have the hardware to do it and shit. So today we're doing a uh tier list video. We're gonna be ranking the Premier League's managers this season. So first thing that I need to preface or whatever the flipping word is, one, we're only talking about this season and this season alone. So you might see some people that you're probably thinking this guy should not be this low or this guy should not be that high. Look, bruv, I don't care. I don't care. We're only talking about this season. And right now I'm going off of the cuff, basically. I had a script or I had my notes and shit, but I just wanna record this as quickly as possible. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the rankings. We got one, manager of the season; two, world class; best of the rest, average, meh; somebody smell like shit; and waste of everyone's time. So with that being said, starting off hot, let's start with my beautiful Baldy. Man like Arne Slot. Wait, let me zoom into his beautiful face here. There we go. Yeah, you see that? Luscious, luscious face. Arne Slot. I have an obvious bias going into this, so I'm gonna just put him straight into a manager of the season. I think, in my opinion, he's been the manager of the season by quite some distance. You could argue maybe Nuno for the job that he's done at Forest, but nah, Arne Slot for me. Premier League win, or Premier League trophy in his first season, replacing Klopp. That's not an easy feat. So, manager of the season for Arne Slot. Number two, the first three you're probably thinking this is just gonna be the order of the teams that or the order that the teams are in, but no, this is just my opinion. Okay, so there's gonna be some surprises here and there, but Arteta. I'm gonna put him in world class. Look, I don't like Arteta. I really, really don't. He's a bitch. He's a dickhead. He talks way too much for someone who uh gives such little result. It's like he talks all of this shit. He says, he would rather die than give up on the Premier League. He hypes himself so much, and then when it's time to actually, get into business, it's just okay. Let me put it this way. Mikel Arteta is basically all pre-cum and no nut. I know, going back to the nut jokes, I promise this might be the last one. But yeah, that's what he is. All pre-cum, no nut. World class for Mikel Arteta. Still one of the best managers in the league, but he's not the manager of the season. Nuno Espirito Santo. I would have Nuno in world class too. I'm have him above Mikel though. He's definitely had an insane season with Forest. They've had an insane season. They've taken some massive scalps. They've beat Liverpool at Anfield. I'm pretty sure they beat Man City. I'm pretty sure they beat or drew against Arsenal. They've taken points against Arsenal, Man City, and Liverpool in one season. That's crazy. That's crazy. So shout out Nuno. Shout out the job he's doing. Yeah. We flopped at Spurs, but now he's showing that he's a real G still. He's a G still. Alright, who's next? Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe. Fourth place, Newcastle. I'm gonna put him in best of the rest. Listen, Eddie Howe, yeah, he's won a Carabao Cup, and Newcastle are probably gonna play Champions League football next season, but I don't think he's in world class. Honestly, I could have put Jason Tindall in there, because it's basically like he's the one who's taking all the credit and shit. So I might as well have put Jason Tindall in there. But yeah, I'm gonna put Eddie Howe in best of the rest. Solid manager. I don't know what else to say, man. He's one of the best in the league. Yeah, good enough for Newcastle, but I don't think he's good enough for like the step above that. So yeah, best of the rest first, and the best of the rest is Eddie Howe. Who is fifth? Man City. Pep. Somebody smell like shit.
Somebody smell like shit! Wait. Somebody smell like shit!
Now, hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Pep, Man City are in fifth place. Yeah, that's Champions League, but he has had an absolute stinker this season. I said at the start of the season that he's most likely going to leave at the end of the season. And I don't know if that's going to happen. I honestly don't know anymore. But yeah, whatever he decides to do in the future, yes, long. The season, very, very long. Yeah, they got the Rodri injury, but they've been cheeks this season, bro. Coming off of winning the league last season, 4 Premier League wins in a row. And then doing this, it's mad, bro. He's basically having a Liverpool season in 2022-23. So yeah, somebody smell like shit. Pep Guardiola. I'ma do who's next? Unai Emery. Yeah, Unai Emery. I'ma put him in best of the rest too. He's still a very good manager. Yeah, they just lost to PSG, but and he did kind of shit the bed, if we're being honest with ourselves. He really did shit the bed against PSG. But that's neither here nor there. It's only about the Premier League. So I'm going to put Unai in best of the rest. Yeah, I don't have any explanation for that. Maresca, average. It's just meaty, innit? He hasn't done anything too spectacular. Chelsea have spent billions of pounds, and they've got, I don't know, flaccid, you know. They're just a flaccid team, bro. They're a whiskey dick team, you know what I'm saying? So average for Enzo Maresca. Who's next? Indoni Iraola. I'm gonna put him in average. Nah, best of the rest. I think objectively he's one of the best managers. Shit. Objectively he's one of the best managers in the league. If we're being honest with ourselves. He's probably gonna stay on at Bournemouth next season. If they make if they play European football, he's probably gonna stay. But if not, I can see him replacing City, or I can see him being one of the candidates to replace Pep at City. So yeah, best of the rest for Indoni Iraola. He's got Bournemouth in 8th place. They have no right to be in 8th place. They do have a pretty solid team, but no right to be in 8th place. So yeah, Indoni, best of the rest. Who is next? Let me see. Marco Silva. I'm gonna put him in average. Fulham have had a pretty average season. Nothing to write home about. So average for him. Fabian Hurtzler, average to meh. You could argue either one, to be honest with you. Hasn't had a spectacular season in any right, you know. They probably could be higher, probably should be higher, but yeah, I'm gonna put him in average. Thomas Frank, meh. Brentford, again, have had a pretty meh season. They've taken points from some pretty big teams, which I'm gonna give credit to them for that. You know, Wisa and Mbuemo up top, they're keeping it going even without Ivan Toney, so shout out them, man. But yeah, I'm gonna put him in meh though. I don't really think there's anything too spectacular about Thomas Frank. So yeah, meh for the Brentford manager. And who's next? Oliver Glasner at Crystal Palace. Again, meh. They're in 12th place, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, again, nothing crazy. You know, death, taxes, and Crystal Palace finishing 12th to 13th. So yeah, meh for Oliver Glasner. Let's do Everton. I think Everton are in 13th place, if I'm not mistaken. David Moyes, again, meh. Everton have done a pretty decent job, I guess, so far this season. They haven't done anything crazy though. It's just regular old Everton, and it's still the Liverpool's little brother, you know, licking our balls and shit. That sounds crazy, but it is what it is, man. You stink. But yeah, shout out David Moyes, bro. Soldier, bro. Still going on at his old ass age. I don't know how old this nigga is now. He's probably like 70 something, bro. He looks like a corpse, bro. Look at him, bro. That is not a man who enjoys living. Anyway, moving on. Who is next? Who is 14th in the Premier League? Ah, United. Somebody smell like shit. Ruben Amorim.
Somebody smell like shit! Wait! Somebody smell like shit!
Somebody smell like shit. Ruben Amorim job. Yeah, it's mad, bruv. It's mad. It's mad. He's taken them from 13th to 14th, bruv. There was 6 points off of 4 points off of top 6, if I'm not mistaken, or something like that. And now they're 3 points off of 17th. That's crazy. Have some shame, bro. Have some. This nigga does not deserve to be at Man United, bro. Look at him, bro. This nigga looks like he's selling me perfume in flipping Dubai or some shit. Look at this guy, bro. Just make my shawarma, bro. Don't waste my time, bro. Just put the shawarma in the bag, bro. Just put the shawarma in the bag. Anyway, moving on. Amorim, somebody smell like shit. Ange, somebody smell like shit.
Somebody smell like shit! Wait! Somebody smell like shit!
See, now the problem is, right, with this ranking system, somebody smell like shit doesn't necessarily mean that the manager is shit. It just means that for their standards this season they've been shit. And Ange has been the most somebody smell like shit manager this season. To go from one of the most entertaining teams for like a good reason for the past 1 or 2 seasons to now being basically a laughingstock for the quote-unquote top 6, it's actually funny because they're like 15th or something. Yeah, they've had some crazy injuries, but Ange's problem is that he hasn't adapted to the situation like almost any other manager would. He's tried to stick to his guns, which I rate that. I rate trying to, stay consistent, I guess, sort of. But that's kind of landed them in the position that they're at now. You know what I mean? So yeah, you should probably change something about that. Cause, yeah, somebody smell like shit for Ange. Who's next? 15th. I think it's West Ham, if I'm not mistaken. West Ham. Graham Potter right now. Meh. Somebody smell like shit.
Somebody smell like shit! Wait! Somebody smell like shit!
This guy is one of the most overrated managers I've ever seen in my life, bro. I don't know how this nigga got the job at Chelsea, bro. If Chelsea be hiring anybody, bro. Honestly, bro, they would probably hire my dead grandmother if they could. Big man thing. Chelsea, that club's a mess, bro. That club is a mess. But yeah, Graham Potter at West Ham, he's won 3 out of 13 games, if I'm not mistaken, since joining West Ham. So, yeah, somebody smell like shit for Graham Potter. Yeah, he was like one of the most highly touted English managers, I think the hype they gave him is because he's English. If he was like flipping from Gibraltar or something, he'd probably be managing in League 2. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, moving on. Wolves. Vitor Pereira, I'm going to put him in meh. Jaime. I think Jaime. I put him above Thomas Frank solely because since joining Wolves, he's won 10 games out of 18, which is a pretty solid run. Actually, no, I'm going to put Glasner there. I'll put Glasner above him. Glasner high, low, average. And then Pereira just below him. Pereira's been like a new lease of life for, they've been playing some pretty solid football. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in meh. Pretty solid manager. I don't know where he was before Wolves, but yeah, he's saved them, man. Because they were in the relegation zone for quite a while. So yeah, shout out Pereira. You know what I'm saying? They got some bowlers over there. What's his name? Flipping Mateus Cunha, that thug, and Ray Knight Nuri. So yeah, shout out them, man. Who's next? What? Who is actually next though? I think it's Ipswich. Lawrence McKenna. Low meh. I don't think he's better than Pep or any of the managers in this row. If we're just being honest with ourselves, he's probably like one of the worst managers. Okay, no, he's probably like lower down the pecking order. But I think he's a pretty good manager. I think he's a pretty good coach. Some of the results, they've just been unlucky. Some of the results, Ipswich have just been slapped around, like it's just teams slapping their dicks on their chins. So I'm gonna put him in meh. He's not quite somebody who smells like shit. He's not a waste of everyone's time, because I've had some entertainment watching Ipswich play football. So yeah, I'm gonna put him in meh. Next, the final two teams. I'm gonna group the managers for each team. So, what's his name? Rude, you there. My man Steve Cooper, it looks like he's basically half asleep. I don't know what go on with my man's eyes, but yeah, he's cooked still. He looks like a titan, bruv. What's going on? What's his brother's face, blood? Look at him, fam. That's crazy. Anyway, Leicester, yeah, it's mad, bruv. They won the league last season, but this season is like, how are you winning the league, right? And then you're 18th or 19th in the Prem. That's mad, bruv. That's crazy, fam. You know what? I'm gonna switch up the accent a bit. I'm gonna give you all a little bit of English. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you a London accent. But yeah, bruv, it's mad, bruv. It's mad. Ruud van Nistelrooy's got like 3 wins in 21. My man Steve Cooper's got like 4 wins in 16, bruv. He got sacked. Coming off of being sacked at Forest. It's mad, bruv. It's a joke still. It's a joke, blood. That might have been a waste of everyone's time, fam. I don't know what the hell they're doing in the Prem, bruv, but yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Yeah, I'm not doing that accent again. But yeah, Southampton, Russell Martin, Ivan Juric, waste of everyone's time. Honestly, colossal waste of everyone's time. Wallahi, they've been a waste of everyone's time. Brother, you could have put someone's dead ashes at the dugout and they would have done a better job than these two combined. Now, to be fair, Russell Martin before the Premier League, before Southampton got promoted, he was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing. They got promoted and yeah, now it's mad still. They got 10 points after 33 games, I think it is played. They're a joke, bruv. They are a joke. They are like the Premier League's local whore. You know what I'm saying? Any team that goes to Southampton gets their dick wet, man. If we're just being totally honest with ourselves, no club that goes to Southampton comes back home a virgin. You know what I'm saying? You could probably, I don't know, they could probably go up against some mid-table championship teams and like not get a result. That's how stinky they've been this season. This is a mid-table, a championship team. These men do not deserve to be in the Premier League. If we're just being totally honest with ourselves, bro. They don't. They really, really don't. But yeah, I'm gonna do one more. Ten Hag, waste of everyone's time. I don't know why the hell this nigga was still at a club by the time he got sacked. He should have been sacked before the season started, which is why I feel for Ruben Amorim, because he's just been dealt the shortest stick, the short end of the stick. Because of Ineos and their stupidity, they've absolutely done him in, bruv. It's mad. It's mad. I absolutely feel bad for Amorim. But he does smell like shit. So does Ten Hag, but he's been a waste of everyone's time. He shouldn't have been at the club for the preseason. I'm not even a Manchester United fan and I'm getting angry. I'm happy that they're shit, but like, what are Ineos doing at that club? All those Ineos are you mad tweets? Yes, mad, bruv. Right now, they're looking very mad, bro. Because Amorim is probably going to get sacked at the end of the season, and it's not even his fault. It's genuinely not even his fault. They've had him basically have players that he doesn't even want at the club, most likely. Because if they gave him preseason, he would have told Ineos, look, this is who I want, this is who I don't want, this is who I want gone. So make whatever you need to make happen, and then I can cook in it. If they gave him a preseason, I think Manchester United would be battling for European spots. But yeah, they're cooked in it. And I'm happy that they're cooked, but like, I'm not happy because it's Amorim. Even though he does look like a shisha guy. You know what I'm saying? He's asking me for calls and shit. But yeah, shout out Amorim, bruv. Shout out Manchester United, bruv. That dusty club, fam. Anyway, done with the video, finally. Hopefully this thing is flipping working. I've tried this for the past 2 days now, so yeah, I'm a bit tired of this. I think I'm gonna give OBS a break for a bit, or not. Maybe I might do rating the Liverpool women's team by looks. Gotta get a bit of sexism in the channel. Gotta teeter on the line of being cancelled. I don't know. I think that's fun. I think that would be fun. Or rating the men's team based on aura. Shit, like just random shit, bro. Just having fun with the channel. Right. But yeah, I hope you niggas have a good one. I am cold as hell. So I'm gonna go eat some hot food. And yeah, I'm out. Deuces.